Good morning. Today is Friday, March 21st. This is Wake Up with KERA News, and I'm Andrew Garcia. Sunshine and wind will stick around for today and tomorrow. Highs today will be in the upper 70s. With the rise of extreme weather and economic uncertainty, food insecurity has been top of mind. Coming up, we'll hear about a company outside of Dallas that's trying to address our growing food demand with a new way of farming. First up, though, the news to take you into the weekend. President Trump's move to dismantle the Department of Education is drawing mixed reactions in Texas. Public education advocates say it's the latest attack on public schools and that people can fight back against efforts to harm public education. Meanwhile, Republican state leaders Governor Greg Abbott and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick joined Trump for the signing ceremony in Washington, D.C. yesterday and praised the move. A North Dakota jury ordered Greenpeace to pay about $660 million in damages to Energy Transfer, the Dallas-based company that built the Dakota Access Pipeline. The jury found the environmental organization liable for defamation, trespassing, and other offenses during protests against the project almost a decade ago. In the future, population growth is expected to increase food demand. As KERA's Elizabeth Mayong reports, the North Texas company Eden Green's new approach to farming is trying to meet that need head-on.
There's a steady trickle of water in a greenhouse in Cleburne, Texas, just an hour south of Dallas. The air is sticky and humid. Upward, thousands of herb and lettuce plants climb to the ceiling in organized grids. The greenhouse is using a process known as vertical farming. Eden Green CEO Eddie Badrina says it's a way to make more use out of the land.
We have basically shrunk 40 to 50 acres of conventional farming down into an acre and a half, and then put it right next to a distribution center.
And even with less land, they're able to grow more produce because they can harvest plants year-round. Dr. Gin-Hua Nu is a professor of urban agriculture with Texas A&M AgriLife. A couple years ago, Eden Green emailed her with questions about their farming practices. Nu says vertical greenhouse farming can produce up to 10 or 20 times as many leafy greens as a traditional farm.
In a controlled environment, so the productivity is so much higher than field production.
That's why they're able to partner with food companies like Cisco, Walmart, and the restaurant chain Cava. But it costs millions to start and maintain a vertical greenhouse. Eden Green has spent at least $47 million building its company. Those costs are why some companies focused on vertical greenhouse farming have shuttered. Critics of the method also point to its high energy costs. But UC Davis professor Shamim Ahmed says vertical greenhouse farming can be sustainable. It really just depends on having the right approach and energy efficiency.
It needs right people, right technology, and right decision making to make them sustainable. And the right crops also.
Eden Green seems to have navigated the industry fallout, and in 2024, Time magazine recognized the company for its efforts. One way Eden Green is cutting its energy usage is by controlling the air around each individual plant.
So where other greenhouses and other indoor vertical farms are controlling the entire cubic volume of this greenhouse, we primarily are concerned with just 1/5 of this greenhouse.
Then there's light. Eden Green mostly uses sunlight. Only a quarter of the light is artificial. Mobile light bars move up and down to deliver the exact amount of light plants need, and shut off when they're done. They're also conserving water with a technique called hydroponic farming. Plants grow in nutrient-rich water instead of soil. That cuts water usage by more than 70%. The controlled environment also reduces the need for herbicides and pesticides since there are no weeds and few pests. And it minimizes concerns about the spread of disease from soil and water.
So each one of these are able to be compartmentalized and segmented.
Nu says vertical greenhouses like Eden Green have room to improve their energy efficiency. However, she says it presents a compelling way to address future issues with food insecurity, especially in areas with extreme weather. By 2050, the USDA estimates food demand will rise by more than 70%.
I think in the near future, such a system would be very useful since they have high land use efficiency and high water use efficiency.
But it remains to be seen if this model can be scaled across the globe.
That was KERA's Elizabeth Mayong reporting. The Stars lost their game last night to the Tampa Bay Lightning with a final score of 3-2. Hopefully, home court advantage gives the Mavericks a leg up as they take on the Detroit Pistons tonight at the American Airlines Center. Tip-off is at 7:30. The Latin American Film Festival is going on this weekend at Spacey in Oak Cliff. Enjoy 11 films from Latin American filmmakers, many of which are making Texas debuts. For more information and other fun things to do, head to kera.org/calendar. Thanks so much for listening to Wake Up with KERA News. I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. This show is produced and edited by Shardae White and Bekah Morr. For more news in your inbox, visit kera.org/wakeup. That's where you can subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA News newsletter and get good morning vibes from our colleague Catherine Hobbs. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at KERATX. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.